First of all, the world thrives on fragments, and that's why so many people can't understand that someone that is attractive can also be unsuccessful, or someone that is attractive can't be struggling mentally or be lonely and not having a support system. So automatically what happens is something called the halo effect. If we see someone who is dressing nicely, who is smiling, who is kind, all these things, then we assume that they must be successful, they must have lots of friends, they must have lots of support, they must be really happy. That's not always the truth, because first of all, we're human, so we're complex, we're never a fragment. But we see it even with famous people who are wildly successful, wildly attractive, but they're still struggling with their mental health, loneliness. Some of them commit suicide, have drug use, and so on. If you're pretty, then that might mean that you won't be believed when you go to the doctor's office and you tell them that you are struggling in either physically or mentally. Another thing is that you might be perceived as less intelligent if you're attractive. We all know these jokes about blondes being dumb or less intelligent. You might have a harder time finding friends because first of all, people already assume that you have lots of friends, so they won't even try to get near you and try to get to know you. But also you might experience lots of jealousy, both from men and female. You might experience that people actually want to see you fail, like they're waiting for your downfall, because then they can more easily accept that you are attractive, because it's hard for them to both accept that you can be attractive and successful. So it's a very weird thing. So on one hand, they assume that an attractive person is also successful, but at the same time, they also have an aversion to it. So they don't want to actually see an attractive person succeed, because then that's like two positive things. And once again, it's because they can't understand that this is a whole complex human. So they don't only have those two qualities, they have lots of other things going on. And no human ever is spared for suffering. There's also something called the bystander effect, which is really interesting. People are less likely to help someone when they know or can see that that person is already surrounded by people. This same thing happens with pretty people, that you assume that they already have lots of help, lots of success, so you won't go near that person, you won't help that person, you won't support that person. And that can mean that many people that are attractive are actually really lonely and not having that support that you might think they have.